Hey, this is the Oxendine Law Podcast. I'm your host, Jared Oxendine, along with my partner, Christine Palmer. And we're here to tell you what you need to know and what matters most to protect your interests, protect your assets, custody of your kids, all the things you need to know about a divorce case in your situation. From complex custody cases to very high asset divorces, we're here to tell you what you need to know. Today, we're going to cover something that I'm really excited to talk to you about, very proud of, and we're going to call that the Oxendine Law difference. What I mean by that is how we are different, how we treat our clients, what we do to stand out, because every law firm says they're different, right, Christine?
That's right.
But they're not all created equally, are they?
That's correct. Different doesn't always mean good.
That's right. So we're going to break down exactly what sets us apart and what makes us unique. So I will start by saying, one of the things that I think makes us unique is how we treat our clients.
For sure.
We treat our clients like they are a family member, not a case file, not another task to do. They're part of the family.
I know myself and you and all of our attorneys make a really valid point to make that personal connection with a client, whether that's just sharing our personal experiences or find out a little bit more about them than just what do you want? Talk to them. I mean, I think it's important that I know their kids' names, that I know what they do. Really immerse yourself in what their family dynamic is. And you'd be surprised by doing that, you actually serve your clients better, because it's oftentimes by finding out what's going on in their life, what's most important to them. I can actually tailor a settlement later or advise them to do something I might not have advised them to do. If I find out that you and your boys love to ride four-wheelers and the trails back behind your house, I may push for you to keep the house and buy her out. Where if I'm here and, hey, this thing has a leaky roof and I've always hated that basement and the kitchen is terrible, I may say, hey, why don't you let him buy you out? You want to go cook in some other kitchen? So it is important to just know everything about them, because I don't think that they may know coming in exactly what they want in the end. Nobody does. You've never done it before. How are you going to know? So it's not just about let's bring in the highest number. It's really what's going to best serve this family afterward. And I think by connecting one-on-one, we have a very big advantage of doing that.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, everybody's situation is unique. A lot of people think that they're coming into the office and it's just another case and everything fits in a box.
Right.
And it doesn't. And Christine, like you said, if we get to know each client's unique situation, not only are we, building a better rapport with the client, we're probably getting you a better result, right? Understanding the client's unique set of circumstances on a personal level transcends exactly into what the outcome's going to be in their case.
For sure.
And it's not like, don't act like you care, just care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to do, let's actually care, talk about their personal life. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? Where'd you go to school?
Yeah.
What you doing this weekend? Right? We're not doing it just to go through the motions.
Sure.
We're doing it because we really care. So
and
I think that sets us apart. I mean, there might be some other firms that do that, but I know we do it.
Right. And I think it's important too, not every situation has children. I've talked to a client recently who had never really thought about moving, never really put mindset into moving. But as I talked with her over and over, she continuously told me how much she missed living in Florida, how much she missed being around her family. And I said, well, why don't you move? And it was just kind of this realization, why don't I move? I don't have a lot going on. I mean, I could find an equal job down there and have a better lifestyle. And, she probably would have come to that realization later. But imagine being able to do it all at once. Get your divorce, get the papers done, get your buyout, and buy something down in Florida, as opposed to hanging out, being miserable here for a couple of years because now you have no husband and your family's not here and you don't have a lot going on. And then it's like, maybe I should move. So again, just talking with them, what do you want in your next chapter? Help build that future, as opposed to just me and you looking at numbers on a spreadsheet and saying, well, she gets this much, he gets that much, and let's sign this one up and get the next one on.
Yeah, don't make it transactional. And that was actually a great example. Let's say that client really wanted to move. They already thought about moving, but they didn't bring it up to you because they didn't think they could.
Correct.
Had you not asked those questions, it would have never come up.
Right.
And now the case is done, the final order's been entered, and then they give notice that they're going to move. That's a big no-no, right? Because then everybody thinks you were hiding the ball the entire time.
Yeah.
And you give notice you're moving, and your ex comes in and they file a modification, and you don't have a good reason for the move, and you lose. So what you were able to do in that case, I think, is beautiful.
Yeah.
You elicited that information from the client by making that personal connection, found out their true goal was to move to Florida, and actually were able to tailor and negotiate a settlement that allowed the client to go ahead and move as part of their divorce case.
Yeah, promote their actual goals, not just their legal goals. And I think bringing those two together is really where you get the best results for your client.
Something else that sets us apart is our team.
For sure.
I mean, no organization is anything without its team.
That's right.
And we have a team.
The best team.
And we have team members that have been here for over a decade,
right.
Yourself included.
Yes.
You've been a part of Oxendine Law for how many years?
Since 2012. So I'm in my 13th year with you guys.
It's a long time. That's a long time. It was a long time.
Longer than some of the marriages that we end in divorce.
And then we have another attorney, Dylan Mackel, in our office, and he's been with us for over 10 years. And the unique part about Dylan is that Dylan actually started as a front desk assistant.
That's it.
He started as a front desk guy, became a paralegal when he was in law school, then became a law clerk, then took the bar exam, passed the bar, and now he's an attorney.
He's the only one that's held every position within our firm. Even you and I can't say that.
Oh, that's true. But the point is we've got a great team. We've got 5 attorneys currently. We've got support staff. We got paralegals. We got a front desk person. Why am I bringing all this up? I'm not bringing up just to brag that we have all these people.
But we should brag about our people because they're amazing.
We should. But how does that help the client? It helps the client because we've got a team dedicated to every client's case. When you hire us, you're not just hiring Jared Oxendine or Christine Palmer. We actually, once you have hired our firm, we actually create a team that's working on your case where you have Christine Palmer and you got Sarah and you've got Dylan, right? And so if you're in court, for example, and you can't be reached, there's always at least one other person, maybe 2 people that are in the office that can take the call, that know exactly what's going on with that client's case and can kind of hit the ground running.
Sure. And it helps with that. It helps make sure communication is turned around pretty much immediately, but it also helps preserve your attorney's fees because I have such a skilled team. There's plenty of tasks that they can handle that I don't have to now. And you'll find attorneys who want to do it all themselves because that rate is higher. That's not respectful of a client's budget. And that's a part of our goal. We're retainer based for a reason, and we're respectful of that retainer. So I promise you that Sarah and Lauren are probably better at drafting discovery responses than I am because that's what they do every day. So really having team members that excel in a certain skill is another benefit because you're not having the attorneys try to squeeze in time to do these long drafting tasks. I've got people that's their primary goal and they can get those turned around. I'm not having to ask for extensions. I'm not missing deadlines. So having that entire team is super important.
Yeah, and I hate that. Don't you hate that when you get an attorney on the other side and it's clear they are just billing that client to death and they're doing tasks that a paralegal or a legal assistant should be doing, but they're doing it themselves because they want to build a higher rate.
That's it.
And I hate that.
It becomes obvious.
And we have never done that, never will do that. And that's one of the benefits. We use our staff because, number one, our staff is great. But number 2, you shouldn't pay an attorney hourly rate for a task that a paralegal can do. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that when you hire us, we're just handing your case off to somebody else in the office. That's a major complaint I hear from other law firms.
Yes.
And a lot of people actually leave other law firms and come hire us because they say, hey, I hired Sally and I never saw Sally again.
Right.
Sally took my money. Sally signed me up and then she gave the file to somebody else and I've never spoken with Sally again. No, we don't do that.
Right.
When we give task out to somebody in the office that's assisting with a case, we're giving out what? We're giving out just that task.
Sure.
And what are we doing? We're overseeing the task. So the attorney's still doing oversight. We're still giving out the task. We're reviewing it. We're making changes behind the scenes. We're still signing off on it. But you're not getting billed the attorney's hourly rate for all that work.
Right. Plus, it's done timely. If you had to wait on me to do everything in your case, these cases are going to drag out. So having my team members be skilled at the things that they do, they turn it around faster than I would if I was doing it. And they also get to it faster because they have that sort of tailored task list to those sorts of things.
That's right. Something else that makes us different. I'm not the COVID guy that blames everything on COVID. I hate that, and it's still going on. It drives me nuts, right? But a product of COVID in the law business, and really a lot of businesses, is we all went to this virtual stuff. And we did Zoom, and we have Zoom hearings now. We do Zoom meetings, and everybody's working from home and remote. Guess what?
Not at Oxendine Law.
We don't do that. We are still in the office. Our staff still comes to the office. We report to the office every day. If you want to come in, you're a new client, you're an existing client, you want to come into the office and meet with your attorney the old-fashioned way, across the desk, face-to-face,
Look
we
us
do
in the
it.
eye, shake our hand. Yeah. I do think that's a benefit that we didn't work a single day from home the entirety of COVID. We kept that office space running. We didn't see clients in office, but it was important to us to not sort of slack off in that work from home mentality, to get up, get ready, and get into that office every morning. It's like showing up and going to the battlefield. It's showing up and getting to your mark where you're supposed to be. You're not ever going to catch me in my pajamas doing anything on your case, because I wake up, I get ready, and I'm at my office giving you my full attention. I'm not also doing a load of laundry on the side. I'm not vacuuming while I'm on this conference call on mute. I am in my office giving you my full attention every day. So
you mean you're not sitting there with no pants on, engaging in conversations
just
with your client, just waste up? But what else it does, it allows us to be collaborative, right?
Sure.
We've talked about our team. How can you enjoy the benefits of your team if everybody's in a different location?
Right.
How can we possibly all know what's going on in your case if we're having to pick up the phone call and call a coworker and send documents and forth back by email, just make sure everybody's operating on the same information? Doesn't work well that way. With that being said, there are still people that want to do Zoom meetings or virtual meetings or phone calls, and we offer that. So we're still taking it from the office.
That's right. And we've always done that. We've always accommodated that. I have several clients I've never met in person because I've never had to. I have out-of-state clients that have never had to come to the state of Georgia. So we can accommodate that. But for those of you that want to walk in and see what we're all about, I think that's such an advantage.
That's it. There's lots more, but those are the main things that set Oxendine Law apart. Those are the main things that make Oxendine Law different. And I hate to use this analogy, but everybody knows what it means, so I'm going to use it. The Chick-fil-A experience, right? The white glove experience. That's really what we strive for in the office. Thank you for listening to the Oxendine Law Podcast. We hope that you enjoyed today's show. And if you did enjoy today's show, make sure you subscribe. Join the show. You can submit the questions. We will answer them for free at the next episode. We're available on all major platforms, so don't forget to subscribe, submit your questions, and don't forget, at Oxendine Law, we play to win. We'll see you next time.